Mike Moore Media.
Thanks for joining us today. This is Lydia Craddock with the Rockingham County School System. I love what I do. I do what I love, and one of the things that I've been loving lately is working with students as they are making some career choices. Wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk to parents, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunties, uncles, big brothers, big sisters, and youth leaders. Just talking about how we can work with our students and help them with their career choices. Wanted to let you know what the Rockingham County Public School System does in that arena so that you can support that and help those children with those choices. The career landscape today is changing every second. New jobs are being created. Used to be that we could help a child decide whether they wanted to be a dentist or a doctor or a nurse or a teacher. We could list careers on maybe 2 hands, 3 hands, 4 hands if somebody shared their hands with us. But today there are hundreds of careers available, thousands of careers. Careers now are usually labeled and clustered into 16 different arenas, and helping children navigate that, helping our students navigate that can be a full-time job. Wanted to let you know what your school system is doing to help your students. In the 7th grade, we start talking with those students. We do a career assessment, an interest inventory with each and every student. What happens there is it helps the student get an idea of their likes and dislikes and how they might relate to various career fields. We're not asking students to choose careers in the 7th grade, but we are helping them become a little more familiar with themselves. Do they like to make things or do things? Do they like to work with people? Do they like to work with things, or do they like to work outside? How do their favorite subjects relate to various careers? So that starts in the 7th grade, and we ask them to begin thinking about their high school career, because in the 8th grade, we come back in. We do career assessments with those students in the 8th grade that are much more in depth, that it takes their interests and it places those interests, it lines them up with the 16 different career clusters that each and every career will fall into one of those career clusters. This is used throughout the United States, but the state of North Carolina does use it as well to help students figure out a direction to go in. Once those students have an opportunity to look at their interests and how they align with those 16 career clusters, we may find that a student lines up with 4 or 5 or even 6 different career clusters. Again, nobody is asking a child to make a career choice in the 8th grade. Some of our children do, but nobody is expecting that of them. We're simply wanting to get them going in the right direction. Then in that 8th grade year, what happens based on their 7th and 8th grade assessments, where we've gotten, in the school system, we've gotten a good idea of what their interests are, we begin to share with them on a monthly basis information about our high school academies. Our high school academies, we have a health science academy, we have an arts and design academy, we have a STEM academy, we have a public safety academy, we have an early college, we have an international baccalaureate program. Our students have the opportunity to choose which of those academies that they will be going to, and we've discussed that on our podcasts before. But in the 8th grade, we start drawing their attention specifically to those academies if those academies match up with any of their career interests. In the 9th grade, they will have chosen which school that they'll be going to. They could go to their regular feeder school. They could go to a specific academy. But we would encourage you as parents and as folks who care about young folks to make sure that those 9th graders attend their 9th grade orientation, because that's where they meet an entire team of people that will take them through their high school career and can help them choose their long-term professional career. For example, that team is made up by what we used to call our guidance counselor. We call school counselor. It's made up by a college advisor. If the student has a career goal that does require 4-year college, we want to get them to the right place. It has a career coach that is part of their team. That career coach, that's actually sponsored by Rockingham Community College, that career coach can sit down with students and do a much more in-depth evaluation of how do their interests match up with various careers. As well as that career coach, they have a career development coordinator that can do similar things to the career coach, but that can also help them access things such as internships and apprenticeships. During the 9th grade orientation, students come into the public school and they meet that team. Now, the team is also, of course, made up by their teachers and their administrators, but the team members that I just shared with you are team members that work specifically with helping that child make a career match. So then that's happening in the 9th grade, and they are sometimes taking courses that are exploring various careers, or they are taking courses that are basic introductions to various careers. For example, there is a course, Career Management. Again, that gives the student an opportunity to work in depth, to look in depth at these 16 career clusters. They are also taking basic high school courses to prepare them, help them figure out the direction that they want to go. Now, in the 10th grade, it's amazing that now in the 10th grade, if a student is doing well, they have an opportunity to go ahead and begin to take some community college courses. We don't see a lot of those offered in the 10th grade. We see many, many more offered in the 11th and the 12th grade. But what happens is these are after students have made some decisions about specific career areas that they want to go into. There are courses, for example, let's say a student is wanting to go into a maker field. They want to be a machinist or they want to be a welder. There are programs, there are courses through Rockingham Community College that they can take either at the college or also at the high school, where they will get both high school credit and college credit. Now, as parents and grandparents, as people who care about students, what this means is that relieves that student of a lot of college debt, because while they are in high school, that tuition is taken care of. So this is what happens in the 11th and 12th grade. There are those specialized courses, and the CCP, those are college and career promise courses. We also use the term dual enrollment. Now, this is where that RCC college career coach, not the college coach, but the career coach, can be so helpful to a student. Whether a student is going to go away to a 4-year college after high school, or whether they are going to stay with us in our community and get that great start at the community college, that career coach helps them match up courses at our local community college that support their career goals. These also help them match up courses that they know if they are going to transfer to a 4-year college that will absolutely transfer. We don't want to waste our time or our money. Now, we do want to make sure that our students have an opportunity to explore careers, to explore all of the options out there. But once they decide on one, we do want to make sure that we help them get where they want to go. Then in the 12th grade, again, they can continue with dual enrollment courses. They can take those while they are in high school. At that point, they have made their decision. Are they going away to 4-year college? Are they staying with us locally at our community college? Are they going into the military? Are they going into an apprenticeship program? Are they going straight into a career? If you'll remember what I just referred to as their team that they should have started with in their 9th grade, their team members can help them with all of these. Because again, we want to make sure, regardless of the student's career choice, that we have helped them hook up with the resources that they need. And what you may be finding, many of our students now are receiving information, our graduating students and our 11th grade students, many of them are receiving information about companies in our area that are looking for workers. We are encouraging our 11th and 12th grade students to, even if they are going off to school or they are going back to school the next year, we are encouraging them to seek summer employment. Stepping up in the adult arena by accepting employment allows them to be exposed to career opportunities, but also just exposed to the work environment. This is something that we also try to encourage with our students while they are in school through our internship program. Each of our high schools, each of our traditional high schools, has a course that is called Internship, and that allows the student for an hour and a half each day to work with a local company that the company touches the field that the student might be interested in going into in a career. For example, last year, one of the Moorhead students, one semester did an internship with a car dealership in the area where the body work is done or where the oil changes are done, in the actual service area. The next semester, that student did a similar internship, but this time he was working in the parts department. So he had an opportunity to be exposed to the automotive industry, to look at where his career interests lay before he decided to go further with his education. Now, he was participating in the automotive program there at Moorhead High School. We also have that program at Rockingham County High School. So we do encourage our students, whether they are stepping up to the work world through an internship in their senior year in high school, whether they are stepping up to the work world by doing summer work or by doing part-time work, they should be receiving information if they're in the 11th and 12th grade this summer about, we have a number of employers in our community that are willing to work and train and mentor these high school students. So we do encourage that. We also, another way that we get them involved, you've heard me talk about it several times before, is through the Apprenticeship program. That's a program that can begin in the 11th or the 12th grade, and that places a student in a company. Perhaps the company is looking for mechanics, or perhaps the company is looking for engineers, or perhaps the company is looking for electricians. And if a student has an interest in that career field, the company begins to mentor them at an entry-level position as they go into training for that career. So I suppose the whole purpose in talking with you today is to say, get involved with your student, whether you're their youth leader, whether you're their aunt, whether you're their sister. Talk to them about career choices. Talk to them about what they're thinking about. Make sure they are communicating with their team at their high school. There is a team of folks that is vested in seeing our students become successful. And so if the student will communicate that to their team, then their team members will work with them on it. Let me just review those team members before we sign off today. One of those team members is, of course, their guidance counselor or their school counselor. This person is going to help them with school choices, with class choices. Another person is their career coach. This individual, sponsored through RCC, will help them dig deep down into their interest, help them figure out what careers match well with their interest, but then also help them figure out what courses match well with those careers. They also have a career development coordinator at each of these high schools. That career development coordinator is tasked with helping these students connect to an internship or a work opportunity or classes, again, that touch specifically their career interest. And then, of course, we have a college advisor at each of our high schools. When a student's career is going to require that four-year college, navigating that whole landscape, it changes. Navigating FAFSA, which is how they go about getting financial aid, navigating how to get college applications in, how to get transcripts in, how to write those entry essays, all of those things. The team member that helps with that is the college advisor. So I would encourage you, as someone who is interested in the success of our youth, to talk with them about their career decisions, about their career desires, about where they think they're going, but then do encourage them to take advantage of all of the team members, all of the team players that the school system does provide for them. Guys, thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you so much for being interested in our youth, and thank you so much. So many of you are so committed to the success of our school system and the success of our career and technical education students. We appreciate it so much. Thank you.